First thing to keep in mind is to start your games on time. If both your teams are ready and your sheet is ready to go, get out on the ice and you can start curling. Not only is this going to keep your games on time and you can get all of your ends in, it's also a courtesy to any games that might be happening after your shift. For the game, it's always important to start off with a courtesy handshake and wish the other team good curling. After the rock has come to stop in the house or in play, make sure you walk back to the side and start walking down the ice. Don't hang around in the house because it is now the opponent's team that owns the house. It is your job to get out of the house and make way for the other team's shot to come through. After your team has delivered a stone, and even when you're waiting for your opponent to throw a stone, it's important to stay on the side of the ice where you're in a position that isn't distracting to the other team. Try to avoid walking down the middle of the ice as the team is setting up their next shot, and use the courtesy lines to stand on while you're waiting for the opposing team to deliver their stone. While they're delivering their stone, make sure you're not walking or doing anything that's distracting for the other team. After they've delivered their stone, you can walk over to the hack and prepare your team's shot. An important way to keep your pace of play is to make sure that you're prepared to deliver a stone as soon as possible. Don't wait for your skip to call the shot to start your routine. Just clean the rock, get set up, but while the rock of your opponent is going down the ice. Then when your skip has called their shot, you can get in alignment and be able to deliver your stone in a more efficient manner. While your skip and your vice are discussing the shot that the skip's going to throw, bring their rock over into the hack and have it ready for them so they are ready to throw when they get down there. If you're throwing lead stones for your team, don't worry about cleaning up the house. Let your second, your third take care of that. Your job as the lead is to get ready and be in the hack to deliver your stones for the next end. When the end is complete, just push the rocks back to where they belong. Don't worry about what order they're in. You can arrange them later. Just make sure that you get the rocks out of the way and get ready to throw the first rocks of the next end. When it comes to measuring the stones, that's the responsibility of the vice skips. Everyone else should be clearing the rocks from the house and the field of play and getting ready for the next end. When it comes to determining if you should measure or not, don't waste a lot of time. If you know you got to measure, just grab the measuring device right away and measure in an efficient manner. Before you measure the stones, make sure you take the measuring device and place it on the ice out of play. Since it's been on the ice for a little bit to get cool, then we can move it into the house and begin our measurement. Skipping and your opponents are throwing the rocks, make sure to stay out of play and behind the skip and in a non-distracting way. Make sure your broom is off the ice so it doesn't distract the opposing thrower and make it look like you're trying to set up a separate target for them. Also, the vices and the skips are the only ones that should be behind the tee line. Especially important when it comes to the scoreboard, which is the responsibility of the vice skip. After the game is complete, just like we started, we're going to shake hands with our opponents and tell them they did a great job and wish them good curling. After the game is complete, the team that wins is responsible for cleaning the ice afterwards. Using the broom that is on the side of the ice, make sure to sweep out the hacks and the rock boxes. You can also use the big mop at the other end to clean the full sheet of ice, and then also make sure to clean that mop up and sweep away any debris and throw it away before leaving the ice. Make sure to put the hack cover back on the hack when you're done. If you can't stick around after the game, just let the team know right away before you even start the game. That way they know that you're leaving because you have a commitment, not because of the outcome of the game. Whether it's on the ice or in the club room socializing afterwards, it's always nice to be polite and courteous to everyone around you. If you see a good shot out on the ice, let the team know that they did a good job. That's what it's all about in the spirit of curling.